My name is Radhi Vandya and I am the EAPA-SA president. The theme is usually combined with what is happening in the market right now, what is happening to our people. And we've been through such turbulent times. We've just been through an election, so that means most of our delegates that are from public sector, they have changes in their roles because they'll have new bosses, they might be moved to different departments. With that in mind, we need to remind ourselves that we need to practice resilience ourselves as practitioners or professionals, but also we need to look at how are we going to provide that kind of support for employees and leadership to thrive forward. And we have it within us as human beings. We have that natural ability. However, when we go through these turbulent times, we forget the skills that we currently have. So hopefully the talks and the skills and all the workshops that we've been through in this conference reminds people about our abilities, as well as some things that we don't know, so we can put it in our toolbox and take it with us to help ourselves, and hopefully families too, but also to help our colleagues when we go back. And when we talk about diversity, lots of people leave it at race, in South Africa especially. So I think what we're not getting in the workplace is that diversity of perspectives, diversity of opinions. Lots of employees are saying, I don't feel heard. They say, my culture is toxic. And our practitioners actually have to deal with those kind of things, because the person will come and say they feel bullied. They feel like they're not fitting into a team, or the team is fighting all the time. They need cohesion. So it presents in the workplace very differently. But if you get to the core of it, it is things like unconscious bias. So when we look at diversity inclusion, it's not those categories, just age, just gender. And that's what these things are about, to take our practitioners to that kind of understanding so that they can make a difference in the workplace.
I'm Dr. Marion Borchins. I have been part of the EAPA-SA Association for many, many years. I currently hold the portfolio of President-elect. I think some of the challenges are challenges for which the very profession has been set up. So it's the challenges of workplace wellness programs. So those would be issues like mental health. Those would be issues like physical health. It would also be the issues around diversity and inclusion, which I think has really become quite a critical thing as part of workplace wellness issues. It's also been quite important that we start looking at how we actually influence the environment of workplaces. Very often wellness programs tend to only tackle, or we stick at tackling individual issues, and we almost pathologize individual employees. But what we don't look at is the environment and the culture of the organization. And there's a distinct intersection between what wellness practitioners do and also our HR professionals. And it's really important that those two components work together. So for me, those are some of the critical issues. I think Eduweek really plays a critical role. We've seen the numbers growing year on year, which suggests that there is a deep need for people to connect at this level within the industry, from a developmental perspective, from a mentoring perspective, from a networking perspective, and benchmarking perspective. I think EAPA really is the most influential association in this country when it comes to workplace wellness as well as employee assistance.
I'm Andre Klutter. I've been an active member within EAPA for a number of years, been elected as the portfolio holder for finance. Well, I strongly believe that Eduweek is a critical growth area for members, because this is many a time many stakeholders is getting together, we network, we get to know what the industry is all about, meeting other people from industries. And what we find, like this year's conference, there are many first-time attendees that came either from school or they just entered the EAP field. And what we are pleading with them to start to transition their attendance into membership, because that's the first port of call, creating a safe haven, a home for them where they can be provided with guidance and support. And then from there, the impact is immense, because what we learn in practice and in research, we bring back best practice for them and share them from a local content perspective, but also from a continent perspective and then global, so that they can take that knowledge through back to their workplaces and make it relevant to their environments in their workplaces.